team's a bunch of badasses, if you know what I mean. They're coming out of the sky, out of the sea, and on land, gonna take it to the enemy. Lock and load, boys, time to explode, boys. Just make sure you get home, boys. They got your back, the pride of the fleet, the pipe swinging forward man, you're the UDT. They don't do it for the money, they do it for the country. It's not about the fame, they do it for the, they do it for the, they do it for the USA. Ooh yeah, this is the big boys club. Nobody does it quite the way a SEAL team does. Clean in, clean out. For yourselves in the deck. So if you see a wrong man coming with guns, you better decide you're wrong. These boys are ghosts. Team of the reaper. Back to your maker. They don't do it for the money, they do it for the country. It's not about the, they do it for the, they do it for the, they do it for the USA. Because the only reason was yesterday. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights. Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly Are you ready?
Well, for the first race season, you're probably going to see a show. We're out here doing 212 mile an hour, but yeah, this really showcases some of our top guys. I mean, a lot of people usually don't run this car because it's a lot of horsepower and stuff, but you get these guys will put on a show in this series for sure. In the upcoming season and the tracks we have on the schedule, so you'll be in for a treat. What we usually do is we open up sponsorship for the guys in our private group. If they want to sponsor, and it pays for the series, it pays for all the race sessions, and it gives a trophy at the end of the season. And one of the guys decided to name it the Autism Awareness Series because we have a driver who has autism, and he drives with us, and he's actually really good. So we kind of just want to help raise awareness for people born with autism, and you can live a normal life. And as he said, we got a driver in here that races with us, and he's really good. Yeah, thank you, and hopefully we can put on a show and every week for you. Thank you.
right, man. Caution is out. Caution is out.
Give it up for the teams, a bunch of badasses if you know what I mean. They're coming out of the sky, out of the sea, and on land, gonna take it to the enemy. Lock it low, boys, time to explode, boys. Just make sure you get home, boys. They got your back, the pride of the fleet, the pipe swinging forward man, you're the UDT. They don't do it for the money, they do it for the country. It's not about the fame. They do it for the who, they do it for the who, they do it for the USA. Booyah, this is the big boys club. Nobody does it quite the way a SEAL team does. Clean in, clean out, the boys are the best, and they'll be coming for your shells in the deck. So if you see a fallen man coming with guns, you better reconsider whose side you're on. These boys are ghosts, team of the Reaper, and they'll be more than happy to deliver you back to your maker. They don't do it for the money, they do it for the country. It's not about the fame. They do it for the who, they do it for the who, they do it for the USA.
Welcome back here tonight, this Monday night. Appreciate you tuning in to the Digital Forge Broadcast Network. As we take a look, the lights have come off that pace car. We're going to be set to go back green on lap number 10. If you were with us at the beginning of the race, might have had a little bit of technical difficulties out there, but it looks like we may have gotten things fixed right now, so if not picking me up, just let me know. Do apologize for any technical difficulties we're experiencing here this evening. As they're making their way into turns 3 and 4, before we went to commercial break, number 61 at Navy car, Jamie Vaughn, got loose in that back straightaway with a little bit of contact, bringing out the first caution on lap number 7. Here we go. Pace car now goes into the pits, working their way around the trioval. Flagman ready to give the signal. Here they come. It's going to be Bobby Zielinski and Ariotti up front.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag flies. Here we go. As it looks like they're now into lap number 11. Look up front, ladies and gentlemen. A great move earlier by this 78 Bass Pro Shops car, Ariotti. This driver normally runs the number 15 car, but elected to go number 78 here in the Autism Awareness Series. Leading him down the back straightaway, right behind him, the number 5, your pole sitter here tonight, Bobby Zielinski. Providing some bump draft support for that 78. Going up to the middle groove now, the number 22, Alex Cheminade. France driver, European driver among us here tonight. And if I get his name wrong, I do apologize out there to the audience and to Alex. Oh, and they're going to make some contact. Cheminade and the number 70 are going to fall back as they're able to safely get off the track. Green flag is going to still stay out. Trying to catch the other driver who Alex made contact with there before the tri-oval. Looked like it may have been Bobby Maiden. They're able to stay out on the track. Bobby Maiden started 8th. He's going to fall back to 25th position. So Alex and Bobby getting a little contact right about here last time. Both ended up on the apron. And falling back just a little bit, but no caution flag will fly. Again, folks, this is 90 laps here at Talladega to kick off the Autism Awareness Series by the Sim Racing Authority League. If you're an iRacing driver and you want to get in on this action of the great league's different series that these guys have in this league, you can find them on the web at simracingauthority.com. So Ariotti leads the herd around. Here they come. Bobby Zielinski behind him now. The number 3 of David Fish makes his way up from 31st position to 3rd. Here they come. A little bit of contact between Fish and Zielinski. The 21 of Delonte Ballard right there behind him. Oh, and some side. Oh, Delante's going to get a little bit loose. We got 3 wide. Heading across the start-finish line. But Delante's going to be able to settle it back down. Heading into turn number 1. Up high, you see right there in front of Delonte is the number 68 of Justin Vaughn. Tell you got to love that last name. Definitely have to use it if we get a good pass from Vaughn. If you're a Major League fan, a great movie. Now Zielinski was up high in that middle groove. Had no support up there. He loses about 3 positions, but settles in down the lower groove. Look at the side-by-side battles there. This gentleman right here in the number 2 car, that red's the Apple Ale car up there in the middle groove, coming across the tri-oval, is your champion from the Tornado Tailgater Series that just finished up a couple of weeks ago. You got to keep an eye on him here tonight as this guy possibly looking towards pro. Right behind him, providing some draft support, there is Derek Bordeaux. And that Ford Fusion, the Canadian driver, started 24th here tonight, currently up in the top 10. Mariotti now. So we take a look once again at the information of that number 78 Bass Pro Shops car. 9 laps led so far. And 68 of Justin Vaughn got a little bit loose, made some contact with that apron coming out of turn number 4. So we take a look, the 53 up high, Nicholas Coruscant. Coruscant elects to run the higher line, nobody there to help him, and he's going to lose out pretty quick. Falls back to 13th position behind the number 4 of Derek Bordeaux. Down the back straightaway they come. Let's move it back up to Marcus Richardson now. As we take a look, he's side by side with the number 7 of Trevor Pertorelli, running that Kurt Busch paint scheme. Right in front of him, running that famous 48, that is Connor Anton, another good driver in this series. Had a pleasure to be able to broadcast their Tornado Tailgater series, and some great racing that takes place here in the Sim Racing Authority League. As we see Zelensky now falling way back to 11th position. He's going to make his way down in that lower groove. Now comes lap traffic, the number 99 there you see up high. That's Anthony Emery. Falling back 4 positions where he started. Here comes the 53. Right underneath. It's Nicholas Coruscant making his move. And the number 17 of Freddie De La Rosa. Can always point this guy out with a new 2016 blend Haas Automation paint scheme with some Monster Energy thrown in on the back. Love that paint scheme. I look forward to seeing it this Sunday when the Daytona Cup Series comes back. The Sprint Cup Series comes back to Daytona. If I can get my words right there. Taking a look back up at your race leader, folks. Ariotti now has Seth DeMerchant. DeMerchant all the way up from 22nd to 2nd position now. That number 46. New England driver. Tell you what, I had the privilege to watch this guy in another series, the iCar series last Thursday night. We're at Rockingham, a track that's not really run much, but this guy came from a 12-second deficit in these Gen 6 cars to come back and nearly finish 2nd, but he ended up finishing 3rd in that race, but definitely gave the drivers a run for their money towards the end. Impressive racing, so he'll be a force to watch here this evening. Some good side-by-side battling going on there between the 48 of Connor Anton up high, that 86 of Arton Shelley. Here comes the number 7 underneath, Trevor Pertorelli making a move with Marcus Richardson right behind him. Running that middle groove, catches some momentum heading into turn number 3. They're going to push high towards that 3rd lane. And as they come through turn number 4, they'll readjust, bring it back down to the low side. And now, a little bit of blink action from Pertorelli. Looking mighty scary there. Marcus Richardson probably feeling a little uncomfortable there behind him. Although Richardson currently sitting in the top 10. Here they go. Still some side-by-side racing in the first 20 laps. Take a look at our summary for you. As you can see, out of the first 19 laps completed, we've had 1 caution. Not typical of this series. I haven't seen these guys put down a full 120 laps without a caution. Connor Anton, that number 48, is trying to make his move to the inside of Arton Shelley and Justin Vaughn. They'll follow up side by side right there. Guy we haven't talked to yet tonight, Kyle Manger. I tell you, sometimes I have a little bit of trouble with names. Kyle Manger there. Manger or Manger? Somebody out there in YouTube's got to give me a correction on that one. I'm going to fire my guy who didn't give me my names right. And New Jersey driver, as you can see, folks, started 28th, and he's currently sitting up in the top 7, battling right there with 48 of Connor Anton. And now, look to the inside. David Fish runs the lower groove. Is going to come out ahead of Ariati. Down the front stretch they go. He's got Seth the Merchant behind him. Looking like that middle groove may be where they want to be, as Ariati elects to go a little bit higher. Is going to beat him to the line. Another lap led there for the 78 Bass Pro Shops machine. He's going to work that middle groove heading into turns 1 and 2. Here comes lap traffic. Tyler Ducharme. Lap traffic's going to keep it low. I tell you what, a lot of drivers definitely got their eyes open there. That could have been disastrous. As we see Tyler Ducharme making his way through turn number 3. Started 4th here tonight. After that first caution, has been plagued with positions. As you see, he's currently sitting in 28th position. Now coming across the tri-oval. Right there beside the 53 of Nicholas Coruscant. Marcus Richardson, that red Zampa Ale number 2 car, looks to the inside. He's going to get around the number 3 of David Fish. Settle up in the top 5 as they make their way out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway, still running that middle groove, I should say, second lane. Middle groove, however you refer to it. As we're seeing Ariati now with 16 laps led, has the 46 of Seth the Merchant in that target machine right there behind him as Chevrolet. Coming out of turn number 4, here they come down the front stretch. This is where some guys like to make some moves in this tri-oval. As you see, they take that lower line across the start-finish line, clicking over to lap number 24. So all these drivers here, as we can see in the top 6, have Fandalis jump back to 7th position. 43 of Kyle Manger. And I know some people are going to definitely be laughing on that one. We got some people out there in chat putting down highs and lows for when Tyler Ducharme is going to cause the big one here at Talladega. And if you're not familiar with racing terminology and NASCAR per se, here at Talladega is the Super Speedway. As we're watching Seth the Merchant fall back about 5 positions, as nobody's up there to help him in the middle groove. But if you're not familiar with these super speedways and how they act, any type of race you catch here at Talladega, especially in the Cup Series, they have this event called the Big One. And this happens in the last 10 laps typically of a NASCAR event, where drivers get really excited. They try to make moves. Everybody wants to move through the field pretty quick, and it causes a wreck that just wrecks the whole field. All the drivers end up wrecking out, and they call that the Big One. Always expected in the last 10 laps of any Talladega race. But look at the momentum shift now from the 43 of Kyle Manger. I feel uncomfortable saying that guy's name tonight, so I do apologize. We'll go with Manger tonight. If I'm wrong, Kyle will definitely let me know. But that 43 car running that middle groove into turns 1 and 2. Here comes that lower groove of Ariati and Marcus Richardson pushing back. Out of turn number 2, they're going to fan out up into the middle in high grooves. What a good battle up here for the lead, this front 4-pack. The Merchant beside Richardson. Adi down low, and the 43 of Manger there up in the middle groove. The 48 back there of Connor Anton now wants to join in on the action. We got the number 3 of David Fish. Making it a 6-pack coming across the start-finish line into lap number 27. What a battle, side by side for the lead. What groove is working it out? As we saw, Ariati definitely checking out that middle groove a little early on. As these tires begin to lose some grip and wear on, we had 103 on the pavement at the start of this race. You definitely want to know what line's going to work for you, especially when your tires start to degrade. The 43 of Manger now makes his way up in the middle groove. Will he take it down low in turn 3, or will he stay in the same groove? He's bringing it down right in front of Ariati. Ariati letting off just a little bit. Didn't want to get his nose wiped from that number 43 car. DeMerchant up high. No one to help him there, and that's a terrible thing to have in a super speedway, folks. You see how fast Seth DeMerchant is losing positions. Battled up around second position now. He's looking at the top 6. Continuing to fall back as he does not have a window into that lower groove where the draft is. As he falls back, he's staying kind of close, trying to pick up some side draft there off the 86 of Arton Shelley. Now has a partner right there behind him, the number 4 of Derek Bordeaux, providing some help. Freddie De La Rosa trying to make it a 3-trailer. Heading into turn number 3, Ariotti looking to the high side. Oh, and he's losing some position fast. And it looks like DeMerchant cradles his fall, picks him up, and look at the move of Ariotti, 3 wide, coming down the tri-oval here into lap number 29. Ariotti has nobody to help him up high, and he's going to fall back. Guy that was leading 20 laps of this race now falls back to 11th position, right there behind the number 5 pole sitter tonight, Bobby Zielinski. You can see that is just a testament to how fast you can fall back when you don't have draft partners up in your respected groove. So Marcus Richardson now takes the lead. Number 84 up high, nervously, that's Jeremy Leto. Up into the wall there out of turn number 4. Definitely wants to steer clear of the lead lap traffic. Richardson takes the lead. As we take a look at the top 5. Marcus Richardson up front, David Fish, Connor Anton, Kyle Manger, and Delonte Ballard, your top 5. Here comes the number 43. Looking to make his move back to the lead. Kyle Manger now. Coming out turn number 2, has got some draft help from Seth DeMerchant, then number 46, Target. Will they be able to have enough? Doesn't look like it's going to happen before turn number 3. As we see the 21 of Delonte Ballard to the inside. David Fish elects to go up in the middle groove in turns 3 and 4. Manger now takes it 3 wide, coming out of turn number 4 into the tri-oval. He's got some help from Seth DeMerchant to the inside. Wow! Number 48 to the inside. Impressive moves from Connor Anton. As keep an eye on Marcus Richardson. He's your race leader. That 91 car up there ahead of him is Nick Osipek, who's actually still on the lead lap, about to go 1 lap down. Right in front of him is the 22 of Alex Cheminade. Always love to look at that chat out there in YouTube. Guys are going crazy out there. 3 wide again, coming out of turn number 4. Manger up high, DeMerchant in the middle, and Arton Shelley, or Delonte Ballard, excuse me, down low. I apologize there, Delonte. As they make their way across into lap number 32. DeMerchant trying to get some help from Manger. Will he go down low? And yes, maybe not. Was expecting to see that 46 car go down low. David Fish a little bit loose. Here comes the 86 of Arton Shelley there underneath, swimming through lap traffic as we see the 63. That's Christian Snyder. They're moving through now. And look at DeMerchant on the move. Seth DeMerchant now up to the top 5 as they come out of turn number 4 here on lap 32. Making his way through the tri-oval, looks to pass Arton Shelley on the high side. Will he have enough? Coming through the tri-oval is going to be a shift back to the lane, and there they go. Side drafts action there for Seth DeMerchant. Heading into turn number 1, the middle groove definitely looks like it's got the momentum here in turns 1 and 2. As they make their way out of turn number 2, we'll have to see if it pans out even more for the 46. Now looks up to Delonte Ballard as he's pulling some side draft. But the lower groove tonight looks like it does have the momentum. Very different than what you would typically see in a Talladega race. Normally you would expect to see that middle groove win out on the straightaways, but it doesn't look like the case it's here tonight. A very good testament to the dynamic track surfaces that iRacing has implemented late last year. Really changed perspective on the lines that these drivers need to run. Taken back up there is your race leader, the number 2 Reds Apple Ale car of Marcus Richardson. Fast lap time here tonight, 46.51. Started 26th, and he is your leader. Led the last 6 laps of this race. Right in front of him, that 91 car, Nick Osipek. Doesn't want to let the leader go by. He wants to stay on the lead lap. Marcus Richardson said, hey, buddy, I want to go. And here comes, look at DeMerchant. He's got some momentum running that high side. Nobody up high, but he's able to keep onto it. And he's going to fall back out, but an impressive move. DeMerchant loses yet again. Nobody wants to go with this guy. And now Ducharme. Get out your bets, ladies and gentlemen. Tyler Ducharme in that lower groove. As we take a look at the lead lap traffic past the 25 Napa car, David Fish. Oh, getting a little bit close. Tyler Ducharme. There's a 3-letter acronym that comes to mind when I see Tyler Ducharme, and I'm sure a lot of the iRacing drivers out there tonight are getting on the race chatter and definitely letting the crew chief of that Napa car know that they're not too happy with Ducharme running that lower groove. It's typical race etiquette. If a lap car is down, they run the high line to allow the lead lap cars free movement in the lower 2 lanes. Ducharme decides to make it challenging for these drivers. Back up to the race lead as Richardson now leads the 48 of Connor Anton around turn number 2. Look at the battle. Here comes the number 48 of Bordeaux being pushed by the 46. Richardson to the high side now. Takes the middle groove to get around Cheminade. Alex Cheminade there, the 22. 3 wide action, nearly 4 wide action. DeMerchant flirting with that wall, and we got some contact. DeMerchant into the back of that number 4 car of Derek Bordeaux. Taking a look at the drivers heading into turn number 1. They really want to run that high line, but do not have the momentum. And look at the momentum shift there. Wow, the 21 of Delonte Ballard on the move. Now challenges Marcus Richardson for the lead. He's going to get some push from Bordeaux right behind him. Here they come down the back straightaway towards turn number 3. Impressive driving here tonight in the first 36 laps. Lap number 37 now as they head into turn number 4. We'll be ready for lap number 38. Bordeaux providing the push, and here comes Delonte Ballard for the lead. He's going to assume the lower groove across the tri-oval and got a good draft help there from the number 4. But he wants to run the high line heading into turn number 1. Will he elect to take the lower groove? He's going to stay up in the middle groove. It's definitely not a good move there from the 21 because here comes Marcus Richardson to the low side now. Working that lower to mid groove as he comes out of turn number 2. We got a driver. Manger and Fish are going to go spinning on the apron. Let's dial back the replay cam on that one for you. It's going to stay green, so let's make this quick. Bring you that action. So we take a look down low. See exactly what happened as Manger makes contact with the wall. He's going to come down past the 91. Tough break there. The 91 getting collected at Osipek. And Fish definitely got rattled there behind the 43. And they're both going to go spinning to that infield. Tough break there for those two drivers. Doing the Sugar Plum Fairy, the waltz of the Matilda, whatever you want to call it. A little Gen 6 dance down there on the apron. As we see there, Jamie Vaughn. Caution flag flies. We got some more bump action going on back there. Have to see if we can catch that action. We jump around the field just a little bit. coming back from a replay, just watching a couple of guys get into it, and yet again, a couple of guys get into it. Let's take a look here. We're going to run it back from the 42 of David Shutt's perspective, see if we can catch what happened. So as we run the camera back for you, trying to catch the caution as it unfolded. So it looks like Shutt was caught up in the action. A little bit of cars involved in that, so that's going to bring out the second caution of the night on lap number 40. This league taking a 1 week break off, as last week was the Super Bowl. They're bringing it back. Trying to get everything worked out as we now look at Delonte Ballard, your race leader, heading into the pits, making their pit moves there. The number 4 right there behind him, Derek Bordeaux in that Ford Fusion. See, oh, look at those pit crews. They're all going to be coming off pretty quick. Let's take a look at from the pit lane perspective. How about the other end of the pit lane? There we go. Look at the drivers. We see Zelensky up front in that first pit stall. Going to be there right behind the 78 of Ariotti. So, 50 laps to go mark this time around. Take a look at all the drivers making their way off the pit road. We're going to take a short commercial break. Don't go anywhere. We got some more race action coming for you here on the Digital Forge Broadcast Network.
iRacing.com is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all over the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics and engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. iRacing's web-based interface allows members to compare stats and test drive any combination of car and track instantly. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 60,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsport organizations like SRO Motorsports Group to deliver virtual races based on the real-life Blancpain GT series. iRacing's Blancpain Endurance Series features team racing, giving members the ability to build a team and participate in races ranging from 3 hours to 24 hours. Additional partners include NASCAR, IMSA, V8 Supercars, IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own 24 hours of Spa, Bathurst 1000, Daytona 500, and many more. iRacing.com, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car.
The pipe swinging forward man, you're the UDT. They don't do it for the money, they do it for the country. It's not about the fame, they do it for the USA.
Welcome back this Monday night to the Digital Forge Broadcast Network. I'm Dustin Caldwell. Tonight, bringing you the coverage of the Sim Racing Authorities League race, their Autism Awareness Series, kicking it off here at Talladega for 90 laps of Gen 6 Series action. Before we went to the commercial break, had a little bit of cars and a little bit of mishaps getting into it. We followed the David Schutt's car. Didn't quite capture exactly what happened, but there definitely was something happening out of turn number 2. Taking a look up front as they come through turn number 4. We're going to be set to go green on lap with 47 to go. Here's your top 5. Delonte Ballard, Seth the Merchant, Derek Bordeaux, Marcus Richardson, and Connor Anton, your top 5. Pace car into the pits as we watch them bring it around to the tri-oval, that Sunoco fuel sign. Here they come. It'll be 47 to go at the line. Green flag flies. Here we go. Back to the race. As we take a look with 46 laps to go up front, the number 21 of Delonte Ballard, your race leader. Right behind him, the number 4 of Derek Bordeaux. Connor Anton, Bobby Zelensky, the number 2 of Marcus Richardson, and the 46 of Seth the Merchant are your top 6. Richardson looking to the back of the number 5 of Zelensky. He's going to look to the inside. He's going to push Zelensky out of the way. A little bit of muscle work there from the number 2 Red Zappaleo car of Marcus Richardson, forcing the number 5 of Zelensky up to that high line. And sound like we had a little bit of contact back there. Not seeing any drop from the drivers, so it looks like all is still well. As we watch them make their way down, let's jump back to 10th position. It's De La Rosa. Started 16th. He's up 6th position in 10th here with 45 to go in the race tonight. He's going to look to that middle groove as he's got the 78 of Ariotti. Number 78 Bass Pro Shops of Ariotti tonight. Led 20 laps of this race. Fallen back to 11th position. Just has not had it since then. Don't know if that car's gotten any tighter or what may be happening on that number 78. But now it looks like the 21 of Ballard has fallen back and continues to lose out. Will probably be cradled by the 17 of De La Rosa as they head towards turn number 1. Ariotti looking to the high side, and whoa! Ariotti to the inside of De La Rosa right there behind Ballard. A little bit of contact made. 3 wide coming out of turn number 2. Here comes the 86 to the inside. At 86 of Arton Shelley makes his move in turn number 3 underneath Ariotti and Delonte Ballard. Some great side-by-side racing. Adi, And I am having a trouble time tonight with my words. I don't know. Somebody bring me a shot of whiskey or something. My goodness. All right, here they come down. And a little bit of kick action. Driver continuing to fall is the 68 of Justin Vaughn. Vaughn went down to the apron. Definitely need Bob Bucher for this guy's name here tonight. Love to hear him say something like, Vaughn, down to the apron. Got a little bit of personality here this evening. Looking back up at your race lead, the 48 of Connor Anton brings him around turns 3 and 4 right behind him. The number 2 of Marcus Richardson, the 46 of Seth DeMerchant coming out of turn number 4. You got a 1-2-3 shot. The man on the move right there behind him. Number 20 of Bobby Maiden III. Had a little momentum shift right behind him. The number 4 of Derek Bordeaux. As they look towards turn number 1, and Zelensky now looks to have some momentum up in that middle groove. Catching some side draft action off Bordeaux. Here comes Bobby Zelensky. Look at the slingshot action he's catching. Some great work up there in the middle groove. He's got some help there from that 86 of Arton Shelley as they head towards turn number 3. I'm sorry. Taking a look, I see that Snickers car down there, and I just think not going anywhere for a while would be kind of a interesting thing to say. Is now Arton Shelley looks to push Bobby Zelensky ahead. DeMerchant wanted to come out to that middle groove. We got some 3 wide action heading into turn number 1 with 41 to go. Drivers definitely got to hold the lines as you see Zelensky and Shelley working that higher groove. Here they come right up against the wall. They're going to get a good slingshot. Richardson now gets some slingshot action over the top of Connor Anton. And DeMerchant, look at the draft. Wow. Impressive by Marcus Richardson. And DeMerchant said, I'm going to help you, but I want that lead now. Here they come out of turn number 4. Look at the 6 cars making it 3 wide. Coming down the tri-oval. Interesting driving. Here comes Connor Anton to the inside of Derek Bordeaux. Into turn number 1, the number 20 of Bobby Maiden III felt held up there in that lower groove. We got a new guy, Femiola, making his way back up into 7th position. Right there in front of the 21 of Delonte Ballard. Ariati now. Look at this, folks. The number 78 Bass Pro Shops car. Back up into the top 5. Still, I gotta believe that he's still trying to find the groove he wants to run before the end of the race. A little bit of connection issues now. Look at the side-by-side battles up front between Richardson and DeMerchant as they make their way across the tri-oval to make it 39 to go. Connor Anton in the low groove. Bordeaux. Here comes Ariati. And DeMerchant's going to take the lead right in front of Richardson. Running that middle groove, he's going to assume the lower coming out of turn number 2. Will lead the herd. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 they go. Bordeaux up high. Ariati up high. Here comes Tyler Ducharme. Ducharme still running that lower groove. Not quite sure what happened to him early on. This guy is typically a fast driver in these Gen 6 cars. As we watch the rest of the lap field traffic try to make their way around the 25. 22 up above him. Alex Cheminade now makes his way past. There's the number 12. Kyle Busch paint scheme like of Nathan Duenas. Duenas working at mid-high groove in turns 3 and 4. You see he started 20th. He's up 5 positions. Wow! Nicholas Corcel not too happy with Justin Vaughn heading into turn number 4. Had a little bit of contact. Told him it might be a little bit of animosity between the two of them. Taking a look back up at your race leader. Here they come out of turn number 2 into the back straightaway. DeMerchant still your race leader. Marcus Richardson, Connor Anton. The number 10 of Femi Olot are your top 4. Bobby Zelensky battling side by side with Derek Bordeaux as they head into turn number 3 for 5th. Delonte Ballard and the number 20 up high. Bobby Maiden III are battling for 6th, 7th, somewhere around in there. The drivers are driving so close, the position changes so fast. De La Rosa, Shelley down low, Ariati up high. Here they come towards turn number 1. We got 35 to go. Or actually 36. And now Richardson looking to the high side of DeMerchant down the back straightaway. Side-by-side battle for the lead here with 36 remaining in the race. Bordeaux providing the draft support up high. Anton down low. DeMerchant winning a little bit of side draft off of Richardson, but here comes the momentum shift down the front stretch. Look at this, side-by-side. These guys are really battling hard. You got 35 laps to go in the race, and they're acting like they got 5 to go. Marcus Richardson up high. As we see, they're passing lap traffic. The number 63 car up high. It's Christian Snyder is going to go by. The 44 of Chris DeShong. Tell you what, folks, Chris DeShong, Don't ever rule this driver out as being a good driver. This guy can really put it down. Maybe having an off night here at Talladega. Typically, this guy loves road races. You get him in the MX-5 Cup or in some GT cars, and this guy can really drive. But definitely he's having an off night here tonight at Talladega. As you can see, he started 30th, even though he's up 9 positions. His fast lap time here tonight, 46.71. As we take a look from between him is a 46.71 from the 44. We go back that. There's about 0.2 of a second faster from your race leader now, Marcus Richardson, at a 46.51. The Merchant now looking to the high side in turn number 3. Here comes Connor Anton to the bumper of Marcus Richardson. Bordeaux providing some help up top to the Merchant. Zielinski now making his way up into the top 5. Has the number 20 of Bobby Maiden up above him. Olot back there in front of De La Rosa. Ballard down low. .33 laps to go in this series opener. Again, folks, tonight, this is the Autism Awareness Series for the Sim Racing Authority here at Talladega. Kicking off a new series as they took 1 week break last week for the Super Bowl festivities. Finishing up their Tornado Tailgater Series. Marcus Richardson able to take the championship in that by a narrow margin. This guy is, again, mentioned earlier on in the race, maybe looking towards pro come later this year, next season. DeMerchant with no help up top is going to lose out. He's fallen back from 3rd. Possibly looking to lose more, but really not losing too much like some of the other drivers. This guy can definitely hold that middle groove. Look at him stay side by side with Zielinski coming out of turn number 2. Very impressive driving, but here comes that lower groove shift as Bordeaux now goes underneath the 46 of DeMerchant. Femi Olot and that Aflac number 10 makes his way up to the bumper of Bordeaux. De La Rosa providing some support there. The 20 of Maiden, it's the only driver left up in the middle groove, as now Ariati makes it 3 wide down the tri-oval. And he's going to settle in right there in front of Ducharme. Josh Robin, another driver here tonight, fallen 1 position back from where he started. A 46.36 is this fast lap time. Currently sitting about 8-10 seconds behind your race leader. That's how fast these guys are going. Just take a look at the speed, hitting about 205, 206 miles an hour down that back straightaway. Now he's got a run here on the 22. Who's sitting a few laps down. or excuse me, 22 is not sitting a few laps down. To 25 is sitting a few laps down. Cheminade up there in that middle groove. Sounds like we have a little bit of contact with some drivers. There's the 42. As we take a look down in the lower groove. David Shutt not able to get what he wanted here tonight. Got into an incident on the apron in the back straightaway during the second caution. Aaron Go fell back to 22nd position. Back up to your race lead now. Marcus Richardson leads the herd through turns 1 and 2 with 29 to go. Everybody's fanned out as we look at back to the side-by-side racing coming out of turn number 2 as Shelley's inside of DeMerchant on the bumper of De La Rosa. A little bit of contact made there. Here comes the number 7 of Pertorelli to the bumper. And look at this. They're just juggling each other. Oh, the number 20 of Maiden looked a little loose there, but he's able to bring it back under control. Right there in front of Ducharme. And Duenas in that M&M car up to the high side of Ducharme. See the 089 of Sean Williams allowing the lap traffic to go by. He's going to fall to one lap down in the lucky dog slot. Pertorelli to the inside of Cheminade. Zelensky looks to be side by side now. As they come across the tri-oval, it's going to be 27 to go. De La Rosa providing the bump draft support up in that middle groove. Here they come into turns 1 and 2. Look at that momentum shift that De La Rosa provided. The side draft picked up off of DeMerchant and Bordeaux. Here comes Bobby Zelensky down the back straightaway, but that lower groove is going to get their momentum shift now. It's almost like a rubber band effect, or a bungee effect per se. Into turn number 3. Middle groove's working that De La Rosa. Wanted to provide some draft support, but he just ended up clocking Zelensky right in the bumper. Arton Shelley right behind De La Rosa now looks to provide some draft support up in that middle groove. Ariati still undecided which groove he wants to run, leaving his options open right there behind Olot. He's going to stay in that middle groove right there in front of the number 7 of Trevor Pertorelli. Now Richardson looks like he's losing just a little bit of momentum. De La Rosa finally provides a little bit of draft bump. They told him bump draft, and De La Rosa literally bumps Zelensky forward. As Zelensky does not have enough to be able to overtake the number 2 of Marcus Richardson in turns 3 and 4. Here they come. We'll see if we can do it in the front stretch. Richardson definitely let him know he's going to make him work for that pass. As Zelensky now makes a move ahead, he's got about a car length. He can make his move down low. Will he do it in turns 1 and 2? He's up to the high line. Here he comes! From the high down to the low mid. DeMerchant 3 wide over top of Anton underneath. Shelley into the wall, the 86. Arton Shelley hit the wall out of turn number 2s. But he's able to bring it back under the control. Pertorelli now making the pass to the inside. Shelley should fall in suit and make his way down to the middle groove as he does. Right there, side by side, the 22 of Cheminade. Richardson will be deemed your race leader here as they come across the start-finish line. Derek Bordeaux right there behind him, Seth DeMerchant, and Bobby Zelensky. Interesting line this guy's running. We'll get back down right there in front of De La Rosa as they make their way out of turn number 2. They're going to take the middle groove. Richardson still your race leader. Let's jump back a few positions. As Ariati now looks to the high side. And look at the side draft he carries off of the 48 of Connor Anton. And he's going to get it right around him. Passed him like he was standing still. Connor Anton says, I'll join the action. If this guy's pretty fast, let me get in on that. As Ariati now looks to the bumper of Freddie De La Rosa as they cross to make it 23 to go here at Talladega. Ariati still running that middle groove as De La Rosa goes back down low. He's going to follow suit in turn number 2 right there in front of Connor Anton, but he'll stay low. He's going to look to the inside. He knows he's got that shift. Here he comes to the inside of Freddie De La Rosa. Zielinski better keep an eye on the 78 as he's going to close that door for 4th position. Here they come through turns 3 and 4. Zielinski now to the high side of Ariati. Down the front stretch they come towards the tri-oval. Zielinski's losing out quick. He's probably going to dive into that lower groove, I would imagine. Right there behind Ariati. No, but Ariati's going to come up. He's going to pick up the number 5, and they're going to carry the momentum. But they're going to go back. Zielinski goes back to the lower groove, but Ariati looking for some side draft off the 46 of Seth the Merchant. Now up towards 3rd position. He's going to be side by side with the Merchant. He's got a little bit of draft help from Zielinski, but it's not going to be enough. Down the back straightaway. Let's see what happens in turn number 3. As Ariati now makes his move. He's got some great move in that middle groove of turns 3 and 4. Keeping it close to the 46 for some more side draft. Here they come down the front stretch. Zielinski once again providing some draft support. Just not enough momentum. If De La Rosa could make his way up to the bumper of Zielinski and Anton, they'd have a 4-on-3 battle up in that middle groove, and they could definitely carry some momentum forward. But now the 78 of Adi to the high side of Bordeaux down the back straightaway, and he's challenging Bordeaux for 2nd. But it looks like they're going to work out as they've seen all night here tonight. That lower groove winning that back straightaway. Ariati still side by side with the Merchant. It'll be 20 to go at the line. And Ariati to the wall. He's going to get in front of Bordeaux. And he's coming down, but he doesn't have the clearance. The Merchant's going to capitalize on the lower groove. And De La Rosa, look at this. And Zielinski's going to take the lower groove. An interesting turn of events. And I tell you what, if I was Derek Bordeaux, I'd be sitting there with my shoulder shrugged with my hands in the air like, what the heck just happened? As Ariati looked to hypnotize him by going to the high side, and everybody else just snuck through the inside. DeMerchant now back into 2nd position. De La Rosa tonight looking to be as the high spot of this race there in 3rd. Currently battling Ariati. Zielinski, your pole sitter, in the top 5, making his way down the front stretch right there in front of Derek Bordeaux. Some great race battles going on. Let's take a look back at Connor Anton. In your top 10, you just see these all drivers in your top 10 are in the picture. Connor Anton, the Canadian driver, started 27th. 17 positions gained for the number 48. He's been higher. He's been up in the top 5. Maybe looking to save just a little bit before he goes into the pits to get his final pits of the night. We got 19 to go in the race. Take a look back up. And now DeMerchant has made his pass around Marcus Richardson. DeMerchant down the front stretch to the triangle. Here comes De La Rosa to the inside, making it 3 wide across the start-finish line with 18 to go. He's going to settle up Ariati. He's going to settle up behind Bordeaux. Bordeaux providing some support for Richardson. De La Rosa to the inside of the number 4. Ariati's going to lose a little momentum, but he'll be side by side with Zielinski. Out of turn number 2, Femi Olot right behind Bobby Zielinski. Arton Shelley now making his way up behind Femi Olot. An amazing battle up here for the lead. Since we've had about 35 laps to go, these guys have been battling like it's the last lap of the race. Question is, with the laps remaining, what's the pit strategy going to be like? When are these guys going to get into the pits for their final tires and some fuel? Will they take 2? Will they take 4? I'd imagine they would want to go with 4. A caution would be a godsend at this point with 17 to go. True strategy is going to come into play if we stay green as to when they're going to go. And now De La Rosa in front of the number 2 of Richardson to take second place. And he's going to run the high side, and he's got some draft help from Marcus Richardson. And De La Rosa to the high side. Will not bring it down. He's going to take it to the wall up in the higher groove of turn number 4. Can't bring it down. Whoa, we got some net code. And Marcus Richardson's going to go flying. But look at this driver able to save it. De La Rosa is going to be right there in front of him. And Marcus Richardson's going to go past. I can imagine he's not going to be too happy as he lets him know right there. Let's take a look at the replay as it's going to stay green. As they come down that back straightaway, watch turns 3 and 4. We're going to bring it down a little bit closer for you. De La Rosa up high. And right there, you're going to see a little bit of a netcode bump, they call it, and some damage there to De La Rosa's front left quarter panel, and they're both going to get into it. Look at this. Wow! Richardson at full speed, perpendicular with the track, underneath Femi Olot, and look at his ability to save it with some sparks flying off of, believe that's the number 8 of Josh Robbins, going to help him out just a little bit there. Arton Shelley elects to take the apron. And what an amazing save by the number 2 of Marcus Richardson to be able to keep it green. Impressive driving there from that red Zappaleo, number 2. Here comes DeMerchant now for his pit stop. DeMerchant, oh, and he's going to slide into the grass. 64 miles an hour may cause a speeding penalty, as I believe it's 55, 60 miles an hour. We'll have to see if DeMerchant now gets a black flag. You can see he's not too happy there, revving that engine. 15 laps remain. Here comes number 4 of Derek Bordeaux in front of him. DeMerchant now making his way down pit road. Cannot be too happy with that. So Nick Coruscant takes the lead. We'll have to keep our eye on Seth DeMerchant to see if he's going to go back in and serve a black flag penalty, as we saw him spin out on his entry to pit road. So as we take a look at some of the other drivers now, Nick Coruscant bringing it down into the pits. The number 53 is going to be Matt Simpson to the inside of him. The 24 of Bobby Chaney to the inside. Jumping back to DeMerchant. May not have received a black flag, as Connor Anton's going to look to the inside. Zelensky high, Ariati both goes to the high side of DeMerchant. There is your race leader, Alex Shemnade now. Still yet to make a pit stop. Number 22 will probably be looking for the pits. Here in the next couple of laps, I would imagine. $12 to go here in Talladega tonight. This is the Autism Awareness Series for the Sim Racing Authority here on the Digital Forge Broadcast Network. We're going to take a short commercial break. When we come back, we're going to have some great racing to come. Maybe we'll see the one. You definitely want to stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back.
up for the teams, a bunch of badasses if you know what I mean. They're coming out of the sky, out of the sea, and on land, gonna take it to the enemy. Lock and load, boys, time to explode, boys. Just make sure you get home, boys. They got your back, the pride of the fleets, the pipe swinging forward man. You're the UDT. They don't do it for the money, they do it for the country. It's not about the fame. They do it for the, they do it for the, they do it for the USA.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here to Talladega this Monday night. As we're got just about 8 to go once they cross the start-finish line. Pit, as we were coming back from commercial, you saw the number 22 of, I believe that was Alex Cheminade, who was your race leader, make his way into the pits, has fallen back to 15th position since then. So Derek Bordeaux has taken the race lead. As we see, he's now leading the number 46 of Seth DeMerchant, who I believe did not get a speeding penalty, had to bring it down really quick, was looking at about 180 miles an hour coming out of turn number 4, had to slow it down on that apron, just about 65 the pit speed, and was able to do so at the expense of going off of pit road into the grass. So taking a look at your top 5 now. Derek Bordeaux, your race leader, Seth DeMerchant, Ariati, Bobby Zielinski, and Connor Anton are your top 5. Marcus Richardson having a tough time ever since he got into contact with Freddie De La Rosa, has fallen back. Now looking in 16th position at 1 lap down. He is your lucky dog slot with 7 to go. Tough break there from a driver who definitely puts his wrench time in, setup time in, getting his car ready each and every week to be able to come out and perform. And a little bit of mishap like that can send the driver back through the positions really quick. So these are your front 4 now: Bordeaux, DeMerchant, Adi, and Zielinski. Looking like you're going to be the ones possibly to make it happen. As now they pass Cheminade into turn number 1. Contact between DeMerchant and Adi. Really nowhere to go for DeMerchant as he had to make his way around the lap car. Let's take a look back in 5th position. Connor Anton, the number 48 Canadian driver, started 27th, is looking in the top 5 as he's now looking to overtake that 22. Makes a little bit of contact, lets him know, hey, shouldn't be in that lower groove. I went through. Or maybe he's providing a little bump draft support. Don't quite know through the mind of Connor Anton. But any driver would tell you, you can come up 22 positions in a race, you're definitely walking away with a good race day. The guy's got to be happy where he's at. As we got 6 to go, it'll be 5 to go. Once they cross that start-finish line is now Bordeaux. Oh, and Zielinski. They're making their way around the number 68 in the lap traffic. 68 of Justin Vaughn. Back there currently will be a lap down there in 20th position. As Alex Cheminade, the number 22, assumes the lucky dog position as he's to the high side of Connor Anton coming out of turn number 4. Derek Bordeaux. Now Ariati looks to challenge Seth DeMerchant for second with a little bit of help from Bobby Zielinski up in that middle groove. DeMerchant and Bordeaux hug that yellow line as they head into turns number 2. Coming out of turn number 2, should have the momentum in that lower groove. Let's see what happens here. As these front 4 drivers are battling hard with 4 remaining, it'll be 3 to go at the line. And a good battle still between Adi and DeMerchant as they now get the 3 to go mark crossing that start-finish line. Who's it going to be out there in YouTube? I want to know. Give me your thoughts. Type it out. Tell me. who's going to win this race. It looks like it's going to be someone of these front four, as we now have surpassed the mark of caution. So if the caution flag comes out, Bordeaux would be your race winner. It'll be 2 to go at the line. Ariati into the bumper, and wow, they're going to crunch Ariati to the apron. He's going to fall out just a little bit. So that's going to leave Bordeaux and DeMerchant. 2 to go. Zelensky fell off the pace just a little bit. Now Ariati looking to be a second and a half off your race leader. Connor Anton back there in 5th position. Right behind him's got some help. Up high, he's going to go past Ariati and take 4th away. Ariati will now fall to 5th position, but will likely fall into that draft train. 68 of Justin Vaughn providing some great draft help for Connor Anton, pulling him around the track. Here comes Bordeaux and DeMerchant. White flag's going to be in the air this time around. Here we go! White flag in the air! Bordeaux, DeMerchant, who's it going to be? Bordeaux's looking pretty solid, as now he's picking up a little bit of time on Seth DeMerchant. Time's running out for that number 46 Target Chevrolet as they make their way down the backstretch. Zelensky now putting on some momentum as he's looking to catch DeMerchant down the back straightaway. Here they come. It's go time, as we now see, heading through turns 3 and 4, DeMerchant on the high side. Here we go. Checkered flag's going to be waving. Here they come through the tri-oval. And Derek Bordeaux is going to take it. Seth DeMerchant in 2nd. Bobby Zelensky will take 3rd. We take a look at the replay cam. Let's get you down to the action there. Go up to the blimp perspective for you. Always like to see final lap heading into turns 3 and 4. The Merchant's going to look to the high side. As you see there. One, two, three. Bordeaux, DeMerchant, and Zelensky will be your top 3 finishing here at Talladega. This is the Autism Awareness Series by the Sim Racing Authority League here this Monday night on the Digital Forge Broadcast Network. We're going to take a short commercial break. When we come back, we'll have some driver interviews for you, so don't go anywhere. We will be right back.
iRacing.com is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all over the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics and engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. iRacing's web-based interface allows members to compare stats and test drive any combination of car and track instantly. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 60,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsport organizations like SRO Motorsports Group to deliver virtual races based on the real-life Blancpain GT Series. iRacing's Blancpain Endurance Series features team racing, giving members the ability to build a team and participate in races ranging from 3 hours to 24 hours. Additional partners include NASCAR, IMSA, V8 Supercars, IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own 24 hours of Spa, Bathurst 1000, Daytona 500, and many more. iRacing.com, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car.
Welcome back to Talladega this Monday evening for the conclusion ceremonies and interviews from the drivers that raced here in this series opener for the Autism Awareness Series by the Sim Racing Authority League. Before we go to our interviews, let's take a look at the results as Derek Bordeaux takes the victory here in this series opener. Seth the Merchant coming in the close second. Bobby Zielinski in third. Ariadne in fourth. Connor Anton rounds out your top five. Josh Robin, Femiola, Trevor Pertorelli, Bobby Cheney, and Matt Simpson rounding out your top 10. We're going to go ahead and make our way to our third place finisher here this evening as we look to get Bobby Zielinski on the line to get his perspective of what he was experiencing out there on the track as he took the pole here tonight, able to battle his way back through some adversity to finish third. Tell us, Bobby, what was your strategy like coming into a very hot Talladega?
Well, it was pretty much the same as last time we went here a couple weeks ago for the chase race. Tire wear was the same and everything, and just had to position yourself right, really, and I don't know, just hang there and make sure you're in the draft.
What track or what part of the track did you feel the most comfortable on, and what line felt like it was working for you?
The bottom was probably definitely the best. You could get the lead out of the middle lane, but deep into a run, the middle lane, they were just so tight off of two. So that's why everyone was just on the bottom. It's crucial with that. So yeah, I made a move and I got a lap lead there. I don't know, like 30 to go. But yeah, bottom lane and kind of moving up on the straight.
Well, definitely able to work out in your favor, though, and work your way back up to the top three to get on the podium for a finish here at Talladega. Tell us, is there any shout-outs you'd like to give for your third-place finish here tonight?
Give a shout-out to Ari for working with me there. We both did it at the same time, made a good call. We both had good pit stops, and that gave me a chance to fight for the win there. Almost got it done. I think this is like the fifth straight third-place finish I've gotten, which is nice, but it's annoying because I'm 2 positions from winning. But you give a shout out to everybody watching the race tonight, and give a shout out to you for streaming it.
All right, well, appreciate your time, and congratulations again to your third place finish here at Talladega.
Thank you.
All right, there you have it. Bobby Zielinski, your pole sitter here tonight, able to battle his way back through the field and finish in the top 3. Seeing if we could get Seth DeMerchant on the line. Not able to, as we look through our channels here to see if he's available. Not really catching him, so I'm not sure we're going to be able to get an interview here from Mr. DeMerchant. So we're going to go ahead and move to our winner here tonight, Derek Bordeaux. What an impressive drive from this driver. That number 4 car able to work his way. And I tell you what, Derek, you got to be kind of happy with how it played out into your favor. You were looking really strong in the top 10 all night, and you're able to get through the field and actually take victory here at Talladega. Tell us a little bit about your experience tonight.
Well, I was really fortunate with how it played out. People were kind of messing up around me, and I'm lucky to didn't get caught in any of the trouble. But that last run was pretty hectic. Trying to get in the position to pit and getting in line and checking up and all that. I mean, with this new tire model we have, it's almost, you have to treat it like a mile and a half. So I was trying to focus not to hit the wall, and then coming to the last pit stop, me and Seth had a strategy, taking 2 left sides, but he slid into pit road and went in the grass, and it reset his tires. So I was the only one on the leaders that took 2. So I thought, well, we're done. I'm not even gonna win. I couldn't even bet. I was sliding up the track, so I just focused and just, I don't know what happened behind. Harry got into him, and I don't know, they bunched up or something. But that really helped me, and Seth just told me that he wasn't going to pass me, so gave me a big advantage.
Well, definitely worked out in your favor. You're able to take victory. What part of the track felt like it was working for you tonight? I know we heard the lower groove was really the place to be, but it looked like that middle groove had some momentum there in the turns.
Yeah, the low line is good, especially for the first 15 lap or so. But after that, it really gets to numbers. If you have more people on the high line, I don't know. The second run, me, Seth, and I don't know who was behind. We like 4 or 5 cars, and we were pulling some massive speeds out of the corner. We were going like 209, lap like 25 in the run, which is pretty impressive. But yeah, it's basically the numbers advantage, and you have to know what to do to be fast on the high line. So it's really numbers advantage towards the end of the run, but I think the bottom still have a slight edge if people know what they're doing.
Well, we come off of a super speedway this week on to Auto Club next week. Tell us a little bit about what we can expect from that number 4 car.
Well, I don't know. Auto Club, I haven't run there in a while, actually. So I don't know how the setup drove. Last time I drove that, it was pretty good. I don't know if it's during the day or the night, but I like this place during the day. If it's night, well, oh well, I just hope that dynamic weather is going to play in our favor and get some hotter temps in there.
Well, we look forward to seeing what you got, but congratulations again, taking victory. Any final shout-outs you'd like to give to the audience on YouTube?
Yeah, I'd like to shout out Marcus, Femi, Seth for working with me and keeping me up front all night. You for broadcasting this, and everybody at SRA, Matt, Bobby, Austin for putting this great league. And One Up Motorsports really helped me improve as a driver. And that's pretty much it.
All right. Well, congratulations again to you, Derek. And just to verify, can I get a pronunciation on the last name?
It's Bordeaux.
Ah, so I had it. So a lot of names to pronounce here tonight, and I'm able to get the winner's name correct all throughout the night. So feel a little bit better here this evening. So thanks for that, Derek, and congratulations again to your victory here at Talladega.
Yep. Thank you. See you next time.
All right, folks. Well, there you have it. Some impressive driving from a lot of different drivers. Some twists and turns. Marcus Robinson, the crowd favorite tonight, looked potentially like he was going to be the race winner. Seth the Merchant allowing a guy to be able to take first. Some hard-fought battles here at Talladega, but next week we will be back to continue this Autism Awareness Series at Auto Club. Before we sign off tonight, let's take a look at the final results. Derek Bordeaux, Seth the Merchant, Bobby Zelensky, Ariati, Connor Anton, your top 5. Josh Robin, Femi Olot, Trevor Pertorelli, Bobby Cheney, Matt Simpson, your top 10. Nicholas Coruscant, Nathan Duenas, Bobby Maiden, Arton Shelley, Alex Cheminade, Marcus Richardson, Delonte Ballard, Chris DeShong, Sean Williams, Justin Vaughn, your top 20. David Shutt, Freddie De La Rosa, Tyler Ducharme, Christian Snyder, Jeremy Leto, Ronnie Norman, Kyle Minger, David Fish, Anthony Emery, and Nick Osipek rounds out the top 30. Jamie Vaughn and Alex Peck will round out your field here at Talladega. We do thank you for tuning in this Monday night to the Digital Forge Broadcast Network. Tune in tomorrow night as we finish up the 5-race series. We'll be back here at Talladega to conclude the Dan's Top Notch Heating and Cooling Super Speedway Series. You definitely want to tune in for that, as the Camping World trucks will be back in action. Wednesday night is the Michelangelo's Painting Xfinity Series. It'll be definitely a great race to take on. I believe they're going to Iowa, so you definitely want to tune in for that race. Thursday night will be the iCars Series as they come off a very rocky battle at the Rockingham track. Friday night, we'll be back here at Talladega for the kickoff of the Loose Lug Nuts K&N Series. And that'll do it for us here tonight. Thanks again, folks, for tuning in. I'm Dustin Caldwell saying thanks again for tuning in, and I'll see you tomorrow night.